Welcome back to Briggs on Books, the international talk show that comes to you every day at this time, 7 days a week, really. If you really want to watch us 7 days a week, go to our YouTube channel, YouTube/Central Valley Talk. Go to our Facebook, go to our centralvalleytalk.com. All those are broadcasting 24 hours a day. So the videos you see, if you missed one, it'll come up again in a couple of hours. They just loop over and over and over 24 hours a day. We love books. We love authors. And we're talking to authors all over the world. The next author coming up is Mariana Monterrubio. Do I get it right, Mariana?
Yes, you did.
And you're all the way in Galveston, Texas.
Yes, I am. Yes. Galveston, Texas.
Now, I have everything on the screen but the name of the book. Darn it, but I'll just put the whole book up on the screen. How's that? Mommy on a Mission. There you go. Our guests can see the cover. Mommy on a Mission. Mariana, tell us about that.
Sure. So, Mommy on a Mission, the book is on, it's a guide towards healing, self-discovery, and walking in confidence. And basically what it is, it's a book that in hopes to inspire and motivate women to reach their impossible goals, because that's what the acronym MAMI stands for, Mujeres Alcanzando Metas Imposibles, or Women Achieving Impossible Goals. And so the book is about the life lessons that I have learned along the way through the adversities that I had to face. I am a survivor of domestic violence, who also was married to someone who was a drug addict, and a lot of things that I had to go through, right? And so I learned all of these lessons, and instead of just having a book about just my life, I wanted to give something back. I wanted it to be, yes, share my story about my life, but at the same time, provide the lessons that I learned, how to work through that process, and be able to share with other women that it is possible for you to have a different outcome to your life, right? Yeah. You can walk in confidence. You can heal from the things that you've gone through, and you can discover yourself once again and be on that path of change for your life.
Now, you're not just an author, but you're also a life coach. You have your own podcast. Is that right?
I do, yes. I do offer life coaching, yes.
Now, you said that you're taking what you learned and now you're helping others through, life coaching and stuff. But as a life coach, do you continue learning from things that are happening to the people you're coaching?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because we never stop learning. And I think I learn more through the ladies that I do get to coach, right? So I have actually been in the business of coaching for the last 13 years. And I did it through different nonprofit organizations. I helped men and women with all types of background issues. Maybe they came out of prison, they were in recovery, they're living in shelters. And so they faced a lot of their own personal trials and tribulations as well. And so I've learned actually from them as well. Like, I learned about forgiveness because of the clients that I served.
Forgiveness is a very powerful thing. So
yes. Yes. And so, like I said, we never stop learning, right? And if we listen, and as a coach, that is one of the things that we're trying to do, is to listen to the other person and listen to what they're sharing and become very empathetic to their situation as well. And if we pause a little bit long enough to hear what they're saying, we're going to learn something from them as well. Yes.
Now, tell us about your podcast. When is it on? What does it cover? Where can we find it? I don't do podcasts.
Actually, Mommy on a Mission. So it's all Mommy on a Mission because it is it is a mission, right? And so Mommy on the Mission podcast airs every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Now, we're making some changes because I did want to reach out to the Hispanic market, the Spanish-speaking market. And so now, instead of English being on Saturdays, it's going to be all Spanish on Saturday mornings, and then on Wednesdays it'll be in English still. So I didn't want to move away from the English because I've had really great feedback about it. But we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary on the 24th. So it's very exciting the way things are changing and how we're starting to open it up for others.
Well, I'm glad you're doing it in Spanish. Here in California, it's like half the people speak Spanish now. So
Yeah,
we love
same here in
anybody.
Texas.
When somebody comes and applies for a job with me, if it doesn't say speak Spanish on their resume, they don't get hired. But yeah, Texas too, I would imagine. Now, if somebody is going through troubles in their life, in a marriage, heaven forbid, married to a drug addict, or will your book kind of show a way and give some hope, show that there's a way out of what they're involved in?
Absolutely, because what we talk about, well, what I talk about in the book is about having a plan of action. So it's about goal setting and having a plan of action, no matter what that goal is. If that goal is to eventually leave this marriage, this type of marriage, you need to have a plan of action, a support system. And so we talk about the steps that I took in order to transition from that situation into the life that I have now. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not. I'm never going to guarantee easy, but is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible, right? And it's going to talk about forming boundaries or creating boundaries, also having a great support system in place and going to therapy, because as a life coach, I am not a therapist, but I am someone that will help you put the pieces together. It does take going to a therapist, and I believe in therapy because I've gone to therapy, and it's something that very much helped me along the way. And then the life coach just comes along and holds you accountable for all the goals that you're about to make, right? And then making you create, or not making you, but guiding you to create a plan of action to be able to move forward.
Would you say a lot of people who were involved in what were involved in, or the life you had, do you think people might think there's no way out, that they're just stuck there? And will your book show the way? It's kind of the same question I just asked you, but I want to hear more about that.
No, it's okay. Yeah, but I mean, I can answer that. Yes, there are there are a lot of women, or even men sometimes, but there are a lot of women that believe that they cannot get out of that situation, right? They're scared. They don't know how to do it. They've been threatened. They've been manipulated into thinking that there is no way out. But like I said, I am living proof that it is possible with a good outcome.
It's inspirational. Right? You inspire people.
Yeah, with a good outcome. So I can testify to that. And then, unfortunately, there are situations where women are not as lucky, perhaps because they didn't know what support was out there for them.
They didn't know, yeah. Well, here's what people need to do. They need to get this book and give it to somebody that they know are in trouble, or they know, or they feel stuck, or they in a bad place, just to show that, you can get out, and there's a path to getting out. Mariana did. Now, your podcast, the Spanish one will go up Sundays, the English one, or English-speaking one, will go up on Wednesdays. But they stay up all the time. Can people go back and watch the old ones?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. They can always listen. If they missed it, they'll always be able to go back and listen. So I'm on Spotify, Apple, or wherever.
Wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah, because I was going to say, I love you, Mariana, but I'm not getting up at 8. So
right.
It's on all day, all week.
That is true. That is true.
We're almost out of time because we're planning to put this interview up on TikTok, so we're going to go short. But tell us what they'll find on your web page, MAMI on a Mission web page, MAMIOnAmission.com.
Yes, so what they'll find services about my life coaching services. They're going to find my book. They'll find some merch. They're going to see blogs, newsletters. They're going to get to, they'll get everything, even the podcast. So everything that they would want to get or want to see, even my social media, it's all linked up to my website. So it's like a one-stop shop. They can go to it. They can even order my book on there if they like, or they can also order my book through Amazon, which, by the way, did make the bestsellers list. So I'm very proud of that.
Wow.
Yes. And so I'm very excited about that. And but yeah, everything that they need to know about MAMI on a Mission, it is on the website.
Very good. Last thoughts, Mariana?
Listen, I'm going to just say this, buy the book. I've gotten so many good reviews about the book and how it's already started to help so many women. And I've already heard the testimonies about where it's touching on the things that they're going through right now. So that's a good thing for me as an author, to know that people are actually not just reading the book, but applying those lessons into their life, and that they're starting to see results.
Well, you're very inspirational. I'm inspired. You got out of the situation, and now you're helping other people, leading them out, showing them the way to get out. I'm going to give the same closing message you did. Don't buy one book, buy 5 of them. Give them away to people. What a great tool to have and for people to have. And if you give it to somebody who doesn't need it, encourage them to give it to someone else. And what a great book. Thank you for doing it, Mariana. And
Thank you,
we'll have you back soon.
All right. Thank you for having me again.
We'll
It's been
be
a pleasure.
back. We'll be back with more Briggs on Books right after this.